Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. A very good afternoon to all the viewers. I am Hiral Dadia. One stock that is in focus over the last couple of weeks is Tejas Network. In fact, today as well, they've received a purchase order worth 7,492 crores from TCS for 4G and 5G equipment. Now, this is a part of the overall, BSNL project that Tejas Network had bid in consortium with TCS. So interesting moves coming in the entire telecom space with this. Joining us on the show to discuss more is Mr. Anand, Athreya CEO and MD, and Mr. Arnob Roy, CEO at Tejas Networks. Good afternoon and welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My first question coming to you is overall, we know that this is going to be the executed master contract with TCS towards supply, support and annual maintenance services of radio access network equipment to BSNL for its pan-India 4G, 5G network. If you could help our viewers understand more details of the contract, value and execution timelines.
So first of all, the overall master contract is for supplies and support and and annual maintenance for over a period of 9 years after warranty. And the supplies include 100,000 plus sites of 4G and then 40% of that being upgraded to 5G. So that's the scope of the overall master contract. This particular purchase order is a subset of that, which is for the supply for close to 100,000 sites of 4G for now, and then the rest of it will get executed over time. So this is like the starting phase of the overall master contract.
Okay. And overall, what's the execution timeline for this?
So we are looking at 12 to 18 months.
Okay. And how much of this will come in FY24 and how much of it will flow into FY25 from a revenue perspective?
I would expect somewhere around 50% in FY24 and maybe another 50% in FY25.
Okay. And overall, from a payment perspective as well, how does this really work? What are the kind of terms that the company has with BSNL?
So our customer over here is TCS. We'll be doing the supplies through them, and they are the front end. So our payments will come from TCS, and so overall, because a lot of the supply we have. For example, we have a mobilization advance also for a project of this size. And also from a collection point of view, a significant amount is going to come on supplying the equipment. So those are some of the terms that we have, without getting into more specifics of that. But definitely we are going to deal with TCS. This.
Okay. And overall, from the space that the company is in, lately we've heard other project announcements as well, specifically with the cabinet going ahead and approving the outlay of 1.39 lakh crores for Bharat Net. Now, clearly this is going to be to actually have the last mile connectivity done across 6.4 lakh villages in the country. Any role that the company would have to play in this going ahead?
Yes, certainly. As you know, we have been one of the dominant, the largest suppliers of the BharatNet Phase 1. So in this also, we expect to have a significant business. Out of this 1.39 lakh crores, a lot of it is also going to be fiber and other infrastructure. But almost 10% or a little more than that is going to be in the kind of equipment that we supply, 13,000 crores or a little more than that. And we expect to play a very strong role in that and kind of win substantial business in that as well.
Right. So what is the strategy like with regards to working with private players in a consortium versus working with the government directly? How is that going to pan out for a Tejas Networks?
Actually, it's been remarkable so far. I see, TCS is leading the consortium, and I see TCS, Tejas, CDOT, BSNL, and ITI all working, rowing in the same direction, and extremely motivated to actually make this successful. I think we want to showcase to the world, what it takes to build such a large network at, literally breakneck speed.
Right. And what's that divide going to look like in terms of revenue share?
I can't go into the details there, but let's say since we are the equipment providers, Tejas will get a good chunk of the revenue.
Okay. And how are you addressing the kind of growth that we've been witnessing in the international markets as well, right? So how is international market as a strategy for a Tejas?
Yeah. So first things first. I think it is imperative that we deliver for this network, right? And that is a testament and gives us credibility to be a global player, especially in the mobility segment. We are a well-established player in the optical segment, but in the mobility, this gives us credibility. That's number one. And the whole world, I believe, is watching our execution very, very closely. And I think once we make tremendous progress, it will give us a lot of opportunity in both domestic and international markets. That's number one. Now that we are part of the Tata Group, we also can use the group relationship to actually play internationally.
Right. So
I'm very excited about the opportunities ahead.
absolutely. So how big will international markets contribute in terms of revenues to the company?
It is being worked out. I can say, when it takes off, it's going to be, huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So just to add, I think initially you would see that because of this deal and other things, it'll be a little initially will be have a India dominant revenues, but everything that Anand talked about in terms of what the kind of branding and mileage this deal is going to give us and give a boost for our international business for all our products. I mean, not just wireless, with that kind of thing, and with the partnership with the Tata Group and the relationships they have in all the operators across the world, we expect significant growth in international business going forward. Just can't don't want to quantify right now, but that's what the plan really is.
And our mission is to build the next telecom and network equipment company out of India, for India and rest of the world, right? So that should give us a good opportunity to be a global player and also to play in both domestic service provider as well as enterprise, as well as international service provider and enterprise markets.
right. Another question I have from an execution perspective is that when we look at the first quarter of FY24, there has been a year-on-year growth that we've seen. However, the company did see a decline in terms of revenues on a sequential basis. And to what I remember, that was mainly on the back of the transition of the EMS facility, as well as there were some supply side challenges as well. Overall, where is the company in terms of the supply chain challenges now? Have they been resolved, or do you see any interference coming in from that perspective in terms of execution of this order?
Look, we have been working with for both wireline and wireless. We have been working very closely with our suppliers, and now they're also very motivated to help us, grow and ensure the delivery is on time. So I think I see a lot of improvement there. But there will always be challenges along the way, which is sometimes unpredictable. The lead times in general have improved, but not with every supplier. But we are working very closely with suppliers and trying to manage the situation.
Right, but does
And
that also
just to add, they also understand the importance of this particular deal, and they're all geared up to prioritize their supplies to us. And on the specific incident of quarter one, when the CMS transition had a problem, we are past that right now.
Yeah.
That is behind us, and that is smoothened out. So going forward, things should be better. And as Anand said, that component situation is improving. All of it is not done, but it's improving, and we are working quite well with them. We continue to work with them.
Right, and would this also entail further increased component costs due to the expedite fees and spot buys that were done initially?
No, we don't. If given our lead time planning and all those kind of things, now we are planning a smoother runway of a quarter. A lot of the expired fees also came in with the supply chain challenges that we had in terms of manufacturing. But with those getting smoothened out, I think our cost connected with expedite and all those kind of things is going down substantially and should get smoothened over the next few quarters.
Right. So what's the outlook looking like in terms of FY24 as a year then?
So,
Yeah, go ahead. So we normally don't give guidance.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
No, but
yeah,
okay.
so
So would it be right to say that we will see similar growth like previous years, or will it surpass? If you have to give me a CAGR growth over the last 3 to 4 years, what would that look like?
Well, our desire is to grow well.
yeah, yeah.
And
So
my
as you
last,
know, we have a
yeah.
very strong pipeline of business, both in terms of our wireline and now you can see the wireless also. So there is no reason why we should not be seeing significant growth.
Yeah.
We just don't want to quantify it.
Quantify at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
We have a healthy backlog. I think we mentioned 1909 crores.
Yeah.
So it is about execution and revenue, and also as we deliver, we're going. And my hope is that we'll get more orders because it opens up new channels, and also the new wireless order, which we're all focusing on delivering those.
Right. And my last question coming is with regards to the merger with Sankhya, which was done in July, right? I think the process of filing the scheme with NCLT was something that was the last update that all of us had. Where does it stand now, and what is the key synergy that we are watching out for?
So the NCLT filing has been done. So it's only it's a matter of time. So the status hasn't moved much. I think the process is ongoing in terms of the merger. However, that's an independent process. But as far as companies are concerned, we are working very closely together, executing on our business plans together. And the merger process is just an operational steps that need to happen. It doesn't really impact in any of our in terms of business operations or business strategy.
And if I may add, I think the Sankhya 5G team is now an integral part of Tejas, and they're working extremely well between Tejas and Sankhya.
Right. And I think lots to watch out for as well in the coming months and years, taking the pipeline into consideration, the order inflow, as well as the kind of markets that are being developed for the telecom industry, for which Tejas would be one of the key beneficiaries as well. Once again, congratulations, Mr. Athreya and Mr. Roy, for joining us on the show, for the order win, firstly. And thank you for joining us on the show and speaking to us at BQ Prime. So that's the management of Tejas Networks, clearly indicating to us the kind of orders that could be in the pipeline as well, would be one of the key beneficiaries as well, with regards to where the BharatNet project that the cabinet has approved worth 1.39 lakh crores. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch out for. But apart from that, if you see in terms of the overall business, the kind of supply chain issues that they had seen in the first quarter, which was a downer, have been resolved now, or almost on the path of resolution, is what the management has indicated, and that could come in as a positive as well. That's all that we have on this session. Thanks for watching, and lots more lined up on the other side. Please stay tuned to BQ Prime.